Yes, I am my usual timely self. I do apologise. It wasn't until Wanda pointed out what the time was that I realised it was 20 to 7. And I had things to do, people to see. I might actually be on time one day. That's going to catch you all out. If I'm on time, do I win an award? I'm thinking of Wanda's gone out. Wanda's out for the evening. Her and Chantel and Leah have gone out to see some production of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I think, locally. So left me with a free evening. I was umming and ahhing. I've got the Wonder that is Hugo over there. So I thought, see who's about. Come and have a couple of beers. I've got this week off, so a full week off. Headed into Easter, so I thought don't do a lot of midweek lives. Come and have a beer. Let me know what you're drinking. Where are you drinking this evening? I've got some beers in, and I'm going to tell you what they are. This is my first one. Can you guess what it is? First guess that wins it. Good on you. Who we got in? Thomas is always in. How you doing, Thomas? Hope you're all right, mate. Mark Horsfield, how are you, sir? Hi, beer lovers. Tell you what I did everything yesterday. What's today? Wednesday. Had a couple Tuesday. Don't have anything Sunday. Don't know. Just pottering along, really. Really since Christmas. I'm going to keep saying this. Since Christmas, beer intake fallen off a cliff. Having a very nice conversation on Instagram with I don't know if he's in tonight, Benjamin. And so Benjamin, if you watch this or you watch it back, really nice, mate. Really nice to have a bit of a chinwag. It's always nice to see. About sort of beer intake and sort of bits and pieces and our own. How do I put it? Our own relationship with beer, I suppose I'm putting it. I touched upon it very briefly in the Dry January video that I put out in January, which is unbelievable when you think about it. I've used beer and certainly alcohol in the past as a sleeping mechanism. Suffered with insomnia for years, went through a pretty shitty divorce, found it hard to sleep, and got myself into a bit of a shitty position where I was using alcohol to get to sleep. Luckily, I've got through that, and I just read my Kindle now, which is infinitely better for me. So since Christmas, I had that sort of cold and flu thing over Christmas, and it knocked, and then I just got IPA'd out, if I'm honest. And when you see what I've picked up for this evening, it doesn't make any sense. Got a bit IPA'd out, and just haven't gone back. So where I was doing beer reviews daily, one beer daily reviewing, I've knocked all that on the head as well. I use the term reviewing very lightly. It's a fat man sat in a shed telling you what he's drinking and if he likes it or not. If that's reviewing, there you go. So I've got half the content on the channel for my own well-being and mental well-being. In all honesty, it's just where we're at. So yeah, if you're having a beer tonight, so this is what I'm drinking. It's a beer I haven't had in quite some time. In my hop kettle glass. If you've not tried anything from Hop Kettle Brewery, I've got a couple of beers coming out. I think I put one up yesterday. I've got another one coming. Very good. Mark Holsfield says, what is everyone drinking this evening? How you doing, Mark? Yes, I was late. I do apologise. So I didn't realise. She told me it was 20 to 7, and I didn't realise. I had no idea. John Whittaker. A pint of Carlin. Not drinking yet. Don't typically drink in the week. I've got 4 drinks for this evening. So I am off all this week till Tuesday next week. I thought I'd take the opportunity while Wanda's out, have a couple of beers, have a chat with you guys, whoever comes in. There's 34 people watching. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Don't forget to like and share, or don't. No one really cares. Exactly. I don't. I do care if you watch. Watching's nice. Talking to you people's nice. If you like it or don't like it, YouTube doesn't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's all interaction. It's the same thing, really. So when you see people that thumbs down a video thinking it hurts your feelings, it doesn't. It really doesn't. What are you drinking, John? John's going to be drinking about 10 pints of Carling. Fair play. Come on, Scott, put your beer down and join us. I was just running a bit late. That's all. Running slightly late. I do apologise. Take the jumper off. Get hot otherwise. Not stripping for you. You're absolutely fine. Yeah, so late. I wasn't so late. I have been later. I've been. My hair needs. Look. What's going on? I have been later. 5 minutes. I've got to be honest. It's pretty good. Anyway, I picked it up because I haven't had that for a while. I wonder if it's any better. It isn't. It isn't. I didn't forget. I just didn't know what the time was. Jamie C, how are you, mate? Hope you're keeping well. Come on, Scott. I'm up early for work tomorrow. All right, calm down. We're all good now. We're all here. We're all here. President. Well, I'm here. Any later, I might have to watch Real Craft Beer. Is he on? Is he on? Oh, he doesn't like me. No mind. Let's say hello to John. Do not go there. I got no hate. I don't hate anybody, mate. To be fair, only jesting. David Tobin, how are you? The northern correspondent for Scott and Wanda as well. The man that actually does a lot for our channel that goes unnoticed in the great scheme of things. David Thompson. David sends me a lot of stuff on Insta. Me and Wanda a lot of stuff on Instagram. So a lot of the stuff that comes out that's sort of fairly new is directly attributable to Mr. Thompson. So David, thank you ever so much for your messages and your help. It is appreciated. And I know you send Wanda stuff as well. She hasn't told me what you send, but I know you send Wanda stuff on Facebook as well, which is always appreciated as well. Wanda's a good lady. Gets some unfair stick from certain people in comments, which is not unnoticed. A up your southern wuss. Hope you're good. I am tremendous, in all honesty. Having a nice week off. Been training Hugo today, so he's had a bit of training. I had a bit of training with him yesterday as well, because he's going to be Leah's assistant dog. And he's doing very well. Had some time with Wanda. The couple of reviews what have I put out this week? Did I put the water tower out? We were on honeymoon a couple of weeks back. We've actually booked to go to Belgium in the summer for the second half of our honeymoon, because unfortunately, when we were at that water tower, we were there for a couple of nights, I think. When we go Wednesday night, Thursday night, came back Friday, and Wanda fell really ill. Which put a dampener on it, and then we came back and we had a festival at Staggeringly Good to go to on the Saturday, and then I fell ill, so we had the whole week planned for our first wedding anniversary, and unfortunately it all went belly up. So we had some money left over in the honeymoon pot, and the original plan was to go to Brussels for 3 or 4 nights, but the weekend that we were looking at, the trains were on strike here. The trains were on strike in Belgium, and it was just made it absolutely impossible. So we've booked to go to Belgium in the summer for, I think, three nights. Never been to Belgium. Never been to Brussels. Really looking forward to it. So yeah, put a couple of videos out. I've got so much content recorded, all variant stuff, to be fair, not just beer reviews. There's all sorts in there, so bear with us. Hope you could, but where I've cut to 3, maybe 4 videos a week at the minute, it's going to take a little while. Eddie, the Hop House, lovely guy Eddie, He sent some beers over to a big box of beers over to us. I'm slowly making my way through them as well, and it's just taking a bit of time. That's all. Beer Monster Reviews. How are you, mate? I'm very well, mate. Do watch your channel. I don't comment on a lot these days. And the reason I don't comment on a lot is, how do I put it diplomatically? I have become the l'enfant terrible of the beer YouTube scene. I don't really give a shit. Just me. People don't like the truth. So if that makes me a pariah among certain channels, I ain't gonna lose any sleep over it, to be fair. But I do watch your channel, mate. It's really good. Luke Booth, how are you? I'm just going to sip my beer. For anybody that doesn't know, I've actually bought a can of Punk IPA. I bought one. It's still shit. It was only £2.50. Well, I went to Morrison's. I got the 4 for 3 range, so everyone's saying hello to each other, which is nice to see. See, when you hear this community, we're not the community. You've got pockets of people, cliques of people. I sit well on the outside of that these days, where I'm quite happy, if I'm honest. I'm not going to pander to bullshit artists anymore. You guys, you're the community. You're the people that watch. You're the people that interact on all the other channels as well. So the beer community is you. And you should all be very proud of yourselves as well, because you get involved. You support everybody. And it's nice to see. Not that I watch anything anymore. No chance on time, Scott. I have been on time once, I think. I think I might have been early once as well. We were definitely on time for the 12-hour live stream raising money for Great Ormond Street. I know that for an absolute fact. Excuse me. Everyone's saying hello. Michael Hill, hello from North America. If I shout, you might be able to hear me. Hello! How are you? Hope you keep well. Is it a brew dog? It is. It is. I haven't had people know. Punk IPA was the beer that sort of introduced me to craft beer. That Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, probably Life and Death as well. In sort of the same. I'm not saying they all came out at the same time. They're beers I found around about the same time. Obviously, the Punk IPA that's available now is nothing like the one that there was back then. This is the bastard cousin of a beer that no longer exists. And I was interested. I picked something. What else did I pick? Something else up. I picked something else up and put it down. I thought, you know what? I haven't had a Punk IPA in a little while. I'll be quite interested to see if it's any good, because you can get a half decent can of Punk, and then you can get an utter rubbish one. I'll let you make your own minds up for that one. Mad Guy Carpenter. Met up with Guy and his lovely wife Carrie a few weeks ago now, down in Pompey. They were they live in the Plymouth area. Came up, had a few beers with them. Lovely couple. Bumped into them at Brew London last year. Not going to Brew London this year. Can't be bothered. You got the King's coronation and all that as well. Just can't be asked. Going to support some local festivals this year. Got the Awakening Festival from Fallen Acorn. Wanda's booked to go to some other local festival as well. We might end up at Warrior Fest. I don't know yet, because there's a couple of days before we go away. So I don't know. My message to people is, you've got these big beer festivals, but if you've got local beer festivals as well, they need your money just as much as the big beer ones, TGBF, LCBF, Brew London, all of these big ones are well supported. If you've got a little local beer festival near you and you can afford to get a ticket and go and support them and buy some beer, then please do, because it's really important, because we're losing breweries at a massive rate of knots at the moment, and we need to support them. I went to, with that in mind, we picked up a beer from a brewery that I have had some beer from, but they've never made it to the channel. We've got a couple of local breweries that never got round to. One of them is Mackie. I still don't know how to say it. Who were a local home brewing brewer in Pompey. They then started brewing at the Greenwich pub, and then they've actually got their own tap room. Me and Wanda went up there about 10. Was it not this Sunday gone? The last Sunday. And for the first time, and picked a beer up. It's reviewed. It's called Pizza Planet Extra Cheese Double IPA. That'll be out probably next week, I would think now. Well worth a look. So if you see anything from Mackie, have a look, because they're really good. Brad Evans, how you doing? For the people that the members of the channel that support the channel, thank you ever so much for all you do for our channel. It really is appreciated. I know it's easy to say, and a little back from it, but we really appreciate what you do for our channel. I know Wanda does as well, which is why I put the little post, the community post in earlier to you guys, because it's important that you understand how appreciated that you are. Jamie C says, have you ever tried valerian as a sleep? Valerian, what is that, like a tablet? So to be fair, mate, I've suffered with insomnia for years. My old Kindle had a bit of an like the first original paperweight, and had a bit of an accident. So Wanda, just shortly before Christmas, bought me a brand new Kindle Paperwhite, which was light years ahead of that old thing, because I was about 12 years old. And I read a lot. I read a lot before I go to sleep, and that does help me. So I've got better. I've got better at sleeping. I'm almost 48. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But I have got better. But yeah, I'm not. No. The answer to that was a long answer to a very short question, Jamie. No, I haven't. I burnt my finger on Hugo's lead. He's got this long lead because of training him, and as he zipped off, it burnt my finger. I'm for sympathy. Don't worry about it. Thomas has put, I'm probably well behind on these. Beer Monster reviews. If you've got a channel, get Thomas to put your channel link in. Go and give everybody some love. Very much about sharing love. Not in a weird way, obviously. I like this stuff. So I acquired it. It's nice, isn't it? I do like a schooner. I've been after a schooner for a little while. And I picked it up at the Hop Kettle in Cirencester. But yeah, it's just a nice shaped glass. All the proper beer reviews seem to have one, so I thought I better get one. Not that I'm saying I'm a proper beer reviewer, obviously. Kev C, who do you think are right? Have I missed something? The water tower you say didn't look really lovely and cool. So there's another video that'll probably come out this Sunday, because that tower is set within Cotswolds Sculpture Park, Brad. There's other stuff so you can walk around. There's all these sculptures that are the little the nuts and bolts men. Everything that's made there, even the tower, was made by the guy that owns it. I've got a guy called Dave and his wife Serena, and they've got this sculpture park as well, and it's beautiful. It was just a real shame that one wasn't very well. So we're looking to go back. I think where are we in the summer, or maybe next year? I don't know yet, but it was lovely, absolutely lovely. Michael Hall, hello Michael, how are you? I'm just trying to see. That looks like bloody. Is that your picture? I'm sorry, we have to get the glasses because it looks like Walter White. Where's my glasses? My eyesight is shot to bits today, hasn't it? Oh, it is you. I do apologise, Michael. You look like Walter White from a distance. Well, from spazzy eyes, you know. Yeah, Vault City, what are you on? I'm not a massive sour fan, but if I'm going to have one, it's going to be from Vault City because they seem to do some absolutely fantastic sours. And the ones that I have had, especially the stuff that's not actually in the supermarket, because I find the stuff that's in supermarket, sour-wise, safe. They're safe sours. Whereas if you want to pick some, go to a tap room where they got them on, or in the fridge, and they tend to be absolutely fantastic. Well, I was going to say punt for a laugh. No, well, I'm drinking it for a laugh, mate, to be fair. We're going to need a bigger boat. Is that just for me, I would have thought. Going to put some oil on. I was looking back at some, we're doing some editing for a video, and I was looking back at some some of our first reviews, I hate that term, our first videos, and how much weight I've put on in the last 3 years. Scandalous. It's like someone's got a foot pump and they're just pumping me up. It's Disney stuff, mate. It's all good. I want to say Wanda's good as gold. So she's all right. I'm recovering from seeing Sam Ryder. So good. He should be the lead singer of Queen. I'm going to be honest. Hello, Brett. How are you doing, mate? It looks like your house move went well, so I'm really pleased with that. I don't know anything about Sam Ryder. He's not in my wheelhouse, in all honesty, but I have heard people say that he should be leading Queen these days. And to be fair, is it Paul Lambert that is the lead singer of Queen these days? From what I've seen of him, he doesn't float my boat. So anybody else would probably be better in my book. But then you're never going to beat Freddie Mercury anyway, are you? It could be Jules. As long as it wasn't Sam Smith. Dave's not a fan of Sam Smith. Don't get him started, for fuck's sake. Be here all night. I need a bigger boat. Who let Dave in? Sam Smith and get in the bin. If you, I can't be bothered. I can't. I've got nothing to say. I don't get political. I'm very rarely political on the channel. He just comes across as a bit of a knob, if I'm honest. I've never even rated his songs, so there we go. Everyone say hello to Dave, and so they should. The royalty, and a genuinely nice man is Dave. Do anything for you, will help you out, and just a decent man. He hasn't paid me to say that, obviously. Mark Jones says, "Hello, Dave, mate. Get that Burger King review done. P.S. Your 10 below is for what? Once, mate. I don't know what that means. Is there a new Burger King out? I'm not a massive fan of Burger King. I've had that new McDonald's. The Aberdeen, is it the steakhouse stack thing? I had one last week. I couldn't bother to turn the camera on. I've had one tonight, actually. It's all right. It's not the worst burger McDonald's have done. It's not the best. I think I watched Dave's review, actually, where he was on about the price of it. And you think of it, the things like this big, I don't really fucking know, do you? But about that big. And it's like, is it £5.50, £6 for just the burger? I've got no words. Mr. Sid Cannon, how are you? I've got no trains. What I need to do is get a train soundtrack and play it just for Mr. Cannon. Another one of our channel members, Sid, hope you're keeping well, bud. Mate, team, what's it? What's what we've gone back? Your team below. Oh, right, yeah. So, yeah, I was looking at the table. I was having a look at the Premier League table. I don't really follow that much of football these days. But I was looking, they're in the bottom. They're in the bottom three, Dave. Oh fucking hell! Yeah. Oh, you're all right. Southampton will keep you up, mate. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Forest, and Everton. Yeah, but there's only 4 points separating the bottom 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. 5 points, 6 points. That is one tight bottom of the league, isn't it? Anybody, that's still anybody's. If Southampton will go down, I don't care. Christopher Boys, how are you, mate? Good evening. Hope you and Wanda are well. I'm very well. Wanda's gone to the theatre to watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame with Leah and Chantel. So they asked if I wanted to go. Not really my tang, is it? Not really my tang. Didn't sound like I was going to enjoy that too much, if I'm honest. Man City are fucked. Why? What have they done? What have they been up to now? Anything? See, Amir Khan was done for ban. I can't get my head around this. Amir Khan, who's retired, has been banned for 2 years since last April, and it's only just come out now. But we can't ban Conor Benn, who's been caught allegedly cheating twice, and that's still rumbling on. Boxing for you. I love boxing, but completely mad. Dave. Mark says, we're going to Whitley Bay tomorrow for 3 days. Nice chill. It's always nice just to have a bit of chill time. To be fair, although we haven't gone anywhere this week, it's been nice just to sort of get off. Turn the fucking light down. It's burning me. It's burning my retinas out, man. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's just nice to just get off the hamster wheel a little bit. Still been doing a little bit at work, but from home. So yeah, I completely agree, Mark. It's just nice to relax, take your foot off the pedal, and yeah, just have a bit of time with your family. Hello, Adam. Good evening. I haven't had a half decent punk in 4 years. I would say that's probably true. I can't disagree. Check the heating's off. Heating's been on a half hour. I probably have to get a second job to pay for it. Yeah, I'd have to agree with Punk IPA, Adam. It's a shambolic beer these days. And sad, really, because I think most of us will agree that when it first came out, it was an absolute belter. And they've just commercialised it to death. And it's rubbish, isn't it? It's rubbish. I was interested. I've drank so much Punk IPA over the years, not lately, to see if it was any better. And it isn't. Imagine the tubes on that day be mayhem as that for the Brew London. So imagine getting into London is going to be a nightmare. Getting around London on the tube is going to be a nightmare. I was a bit surprised that Brew London haven't rescheduled. Probably the logistics of it is probably too much anyway. But yeah, I won't be there. Cheers, Dave. Some people can rest easy, can't they? Have you tried serious pig snacks? Is that the Snaffling pig ones? If not, then get an order in and use my code for 20% off. Anybody who wants to use the code, then feel free. Is that I have tried? Is it the Snaffling pig? Is that the one? If it's pork scratchings and all that, and chicken itchings, I'm not a fan. So I have had some stuff in there, but I can't think. You going? No. You go. 2 seconds. I do apologise. He's a lunatic. If he sees or hears someone walking about part of the house, he just goes mad. Yeah. Do you think Tim from Fallen Acorn looks like Phil from Rock? See, that's not fair. Because I know Tim quite well. And that's, yeah. You wait till I see him. Have a good one, guys. Got to sort my kids out. Sounds like a wrecking in the place. So if you don't watch Beer Monster reviews, go and give him some love. Always nice to share the love about. Isn't make say I call them Mackie. You say like make. I've heard them called McKay, and obviously make. It's the dwarf planet. Like, it was either like the smallest dwarf planet, the newest dwarf planet that's been discovered, and their beers are all sort of space themed. But yeah, if anyone can actually tell me how they're, when I go over there next, I'll have to ask them, because I've got about 4 different. I think in the video it all goes to shit because I don't know how to say it. Yellow Belly is going to be released again. Isn't it called the beer or something this time? Wanda was telling me about that earlier, actually. I have done Yellow Belly, one of the best beers that we've done. Is it still brewed with Omnipollo and Buxton, or is it just Buxton these days? I don't know. I'm sure you or Adam's going to know that. I'm sure it's called just that beer or something. They've changed the name of it. Alex, the beer master out in America. How are you? All good? I'm very well, mate. Thank you. Hope you're keeping well. Am I Jewish? I tell my mum that. She was German, mate. Have you managed to get up to Urban Island? I've been to Marquess. Yes, been to Urban Island. I'm sure there's a couple of beers on the channel from Urban Island. We did a little during lockdown. They did a little video on Urban Island. It's a brewery. I criminally, and I've got no reason for this, I criminally forget, because they're not a massive distance from me. And the beers that I've had, small. Is it Small Island Big City, or Small City Big? Yeah, Small Island Big City. They've got their Mosaic beer. The beers I've had from Urban Island have all been really, really good. Irving they're more traditional stuff, aren't they? Not really my thing, and that's no disrespect to Irving. Not a massive real ale sort of drinker, sort of old style stuff, but I will get to them because I know they're very prominent in a few pubs in the city. So yeah, but Urban Island, the stuff that I've had from them have been really good. Alex, I am on the Punk IPA. I'm on Punk IPA, mate, for my sins. I thought I'd give it a go after not having it for probably the last time I probably had that was when I had the keg on the Perfect Draft, the paperweight upstairs. What's everybody else? Anybody else drinking? Anybody? What are we up to? Anything exciting happening? Sam Smith is a prick, end of. I knew that was coming. Frank Lampard getting the Chelsea job up until the end of the season after sacking him is the most. Isn't Luis Enrique in London at the moment supposedly in talks over the job? I did see something about Frank Lampard. I mean, again, don't really stay up to date with football, but the appointment of Graham Potter always was a bit weird for me, in all honesty. Don't know a great deal about Graham Potter. I don't know his track record, but it wasn't a name that sang Chelsea manager to me. He came from Brighton, didn't he? I think. Madness. And then you've got the whole. Anybody watch the Anthony Joshua fight the other night? I didn't watch it. I watched the highlights in the morning. For me, AJ is a spent force. Gun shy, doesn't want to throw that left hand anymore because it was the one that he threw when Ruiz caught him. Since he fought Andy Ruiz for the first time, he's not in. I don't think he's interested. He doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want to get hit. We had all this noise last week that the old AJ's back in there. He's got his desire back. And I sat and watched the whole fight on Sunday morning on YouTube, and there was none. There's none. And now they're talking about Fury, Joe Joyce, or Deontay Wilder fighting him. I think each and every one of them will absolutely muller Anthony Joshua. So I think, and then on about Dillian White as well. Don't really want to. Dillian White's capable, but it's not a fight I particularly want to see either. I think his days are they're coming to an end. Beefy McGree, he's a shit fish of them. Raggy's beers, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Oh yeah, you can't get that the new beers in Lidl's either. I've tried. I gave up, mate. I got the Magic Rock one. That was rubbish. I can get hold of the Hellas Lager from who's that from? Full Pure. Not really interested in that. I wanted to pick the stout up for Wanda, but couldn't get it. So I'll pick it up at some point. But I think the distribution's been a bit shit on some of them. You stole that phrase, beer o'clock. Fucking hell, am I going to prison? David, it says evening raggy. Must have missed that second, John, when Sam was brilliant. I've finished my punk IPA now. I'm on Riffle. You're going to see a bit of a pattern. See a bit of a pattern. John says, I love your Rumble channel. I'm going to be honest, I don't watch anything on Rumble. Unless it's on YouTube, I'm not interested. And even then, I'm not that interested either, to be fair. So, but yeah. How much did Clarkson and Rumble pay you? I hear you own property now. No, yeah, I don't fucking care, either, to be fair. Jonathan Kent, or the Jonathan Kent. Subhan's dad. Yes. Made it. Apologies if you already discussed it, but sorry, I did see that come through. What did you think of AJ's fight of the weekend? Not a classic, but a win. Yeah, see, I don't care he won. For me, it had to be a statement win, and I don't think it was. I think a couple of times he almost upped his gear, but he didn't. And I think he's got problems. If he's put in against some of the big boys, I think Fury, and I've been a big Fury fan over the last few years. Wasn't a massive fan until he went away and had all his problems, came back, was very honest and open about them. And I think we can all learn from that as men that don't actually speak about mental health enough. So I respect that. I've got his autobiography. I've read that. I think the way he's conducted himself with the USIC negotiations has been dreadful. I think the contempt he's shown for a fellow champion has been disgraceful. But if you put him in there with Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, he will play with Anthony Joshua until he wants to deck him. I don't think Anthony Joshua. I heard Eddie Hearn and Gareth A. Davis and Adam Catterall and all these people speaking last week about he'll up his game against better talent statement at the weekend, and he didn't do it. Yes, he won. I completely agree, Jonathan, but I think he could have done it in more style. He just looks afraid to show any sort of hunger and desire because he's afraid of being caught. But a win after, was it 3 losses in 5 fights, something like that. I suppose he's got to start somewhere, and obviously he's getting to know his new trainer. So, yeah. You did the serious pig salami, didn't you? I'm sure Dave's done snaffling pig. Rima, all your comments have been deleted and moderator blocked you just for asking a question. You wasn't trolling, I was watching. My moderators are there to look after the channel. If they want to block, if they want to delete, then I trust their judgment. And it's not for you or anybody else to question that, because they've obviously got and said something that they didn't agree with. And if they didn't agree with it, I probably wouldn't agree with it. So if you don't like it, you can fuck off. Jonathan Kent, I think his best days are behind him. I think Andy Ruiz didn't just beat him the first time. He literally took all of the character and soul that day. Not been the same since. I completely agree. I don't disagree with anything you just said, Brad. Have I done a video on this? I think I did. Can't remember. Right, off to Dave. Thank you very much, mate. I'll speak to you later anyway. Alex, hey Scott, if I remember, I'll send you a link to my Alex a Friend stream tomorrow night. I just have to, mate. Thank you very much. If it's late in the evening, I'm in bed by 10. I'm getting old, mate. I don't know how old you people are. Put your ages in the chat so we can gauge how old we are. I'm 48 in July. I'm basically dead. Living on borrowed time. Me, not making too many future plans. So yeah, but thank you ever so much for the invite, mate. Really, I do appreciate it. How do I put this? I'm Marmite, me, and I appreciate I'm Marmite. I don't profess to be anything different. I'm not going to change at 48 years old. It's a shame that some people. I'm also baked in sarcasm, which a lot of people can't see because they're too thick. Blue Van Man gets paid millions for me. He's got 150. Yeah, he does. He gets paid £4.5 million a month. I get paid £2.5 million a month, and Dean gets paid £1 million a month. So we're all. Mark Jones, can you? Thank you so much, mate. Can you just send me who they are? Because on StreamYard, I've had this discussion with StreamYard. They're an absolute shower shit. I can't see which comments have been deleted, so I just end up reading them out anyway. Because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm taking it's this. Hang on, let me go and have a look. Rema and it's probably Nicholas Shiva, who's probably the same account because they like to log in. I got accused of having 50 accounts. I've got 3, and those ain't 2 of them. Wow, I'm not drinking right now. I'm actually about to go for a walk. I did a marathon once. Never again. It was horrible. I was a bit thinner then as well, to be fair. When you go for oh, you're out in the States, aren't you? What was it? You're going to be also about 1 o'clock out there, I would think. Is it something like that? John's drinking 10 pints of Carlin, then bed. Back in work on Tuesday. Fantastic. Fucking yeah, I'm back on Tuesday. I've got a week off. Been nice. Well, I'll say the week off. I was doing a little few bits and pieces from home from a manager who I got on very well with, which is nice. And my team are good. Work as a team. Yeah. So yeah. Joshua fight. AJ was okay. Had bad people around him. He'll be okay now. I disagree, Mark. I just think he's lost the ability to throw throw that big punch. I agree with what Brad said a couple of minutes ago. AJ took his soul. Sorry, in here. Andy Ruiz took AJ's soul that night. I don't think AJ was right going into that fight anyway. That ring walk was very strange. Okay, mate. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, I can do that as well. Bear with. Because Shalom block. Oh, you've already done it anyway. I can't do that then. On my own channel, I can't even do things. I know he's got this Derek. Is it Derek James? Is his new trainer? Don't know a great deal about Derek James. If that's what he's trained him to do, I think AJ's got problems. What I would say, took a couple of decent punches, AJ, on Saturday night. A couple of fairly decent punches, so maybe he's not quite as chinny as people make out. Have you seen any Cellarhead beers down your way? The breweries in East Sussex by Brewery. Awesome beers if you can come across them. I'm going to make a note of that because no, I haven't. Bear with me, please. I'll play some music. All right. Cellarhead. If anybody else has got any suggestions for breweries they'd like to see or for us to try, then send them in the chat and I'll make a note of them. Also like to try that Hop Kettle. Not had anything from them, so there's a couple of beers done from that. One of them, which I don't know, that might come out tomorrow. Might stick it out tomorrow. We were sat around a campfire. Wanda was filming the beer review. I was slightly pickled, and she was more interested in the fire, as will be completely evident when the video comes out. Rumble, tumble, stick it in your bumble. Bumble? Tumble, rumble? No idea. That's okay. That's not bad. Not the worst West Coast IPA I've ever had. I don't know what the worst West Coast I've ever had is, to be fair. It's not that. Oh, yeah, I do. One of those ones from Lidl's, that was rubbish. Alex is saying hello to John. Luke John. Only thing with boxing these days, it's all for the money. I don't disagree, Mark. It's sad. It's really sad, actually. When you've got Tyson Fury demanding 70% of the purse, and that'll happen. That fight will happen in, I think they're saying December, because they want it out in Saudi, so there's more money on the table, and the stadium's not going to be built until September. Don't get it. Where's all the new boxers like in the past? You lose a title, and it's 3 out of 3 these days. Where I don't get the heavyweight division where the WBC, where you've had Deontay Wilder had his arse handed to him 3 times in a row by Tyson Fury. He knocks out, was it Hellenius he fought, and now he's back at number 1 in the world, or the number 1 contender. It doesn't make any sense. I've just seen Jonathan's comment. I was tempted to call my son Clark. It's if your wife's called Martha. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What's your thoughts on Usyk? A phenomenal cruiserweight. I'd say He beat Derek Chisora, didn't he? He's beat the Witherspoon boy, and he's beaten Anthony Joshua. I'd say untested at heavyweight. I don't think Joshua tested him at all because I think he fought the wrong fight twice. I think if they're on about him fighting Daniel Dubois, not somebody I rate either, to be fair. I've seen Daniel Dubois. Obviously, the Joe Joyce fight where he hurt his eye, and then he fought someone else. I can't think who he fought when he went down 3 times in a round. I don't know about Daniel. I know he's got a big punch. That could be a good fight if Dubois can land on Usyk. I think against he might be Fuddle. Wilder, and I think I just think Tyson's too big for him. Just as clever. Yeah, I don't know. I think once he comes up against someone that's going to let shots go, and if they land, I think he could be in trouble. I don't know. What do you think? Adrian Morley, how are you? Adrian, I'd like to take the time to thank you for the comment you left on one of my videos. Actually, I don't know if you're still here. I'm probably about 6 months behind in the comments. What are we, 7:40? No, only 10 minutes. That's not too bad. We've had a bit of back and forth, as I tend to do with people, but I really appreciated your comment. You know the one it was, so thank you, and hope you have a lovely week, and hope your family's keeping safe. Oh, big dosser Scotty, mate, get up, my boy. Fury smashes all these bums. I think for me, it's just getting Fury in the ring with them now. I think it's getting them in the ring with them, because I think for a man that has always said it's not about money, it's become about money, and it's not a good look. I mean, he's a multi. I know anything can happen in boxing. I'm not diminishing the dangers of the sport, but I think he's acted appallingly with the negotiations with Usyk. I don't think Usyk's come out of it squeaky clean either, but it is what it is. Can't remember either, Scott. Is it a Tom Thornbridge beer? I can't remember. So David's 51. I'm almost 48. Does Usyk beat Fury? Personally, I don't think he does. I think it depends on how seriously Tyson Fury takes Usyk. I think he should take it because he's a very clever boxer. But I think if Tyson Fury trains properly for it, and I think that's the reason that Usyk wanted it on the 29th of this month, because he knew there was only like 5-6 weeks for Fury to train, and it was the perfect opportunity. And there was rumours that Fury had a slight injury, although it's never been disclosed what it is. So I think they were both playing ball games with each other. Obviously, 70-30. Usyk insisted it was on the 29th, and I think there was 2 in and throw in. But yeah, it's a fight I'd like to see, certainly. And I think if, because they're on about Fury and AJ in the summer at the moment, aren't they? I just think that's all wrong for AJ. I think he's in trouble. Hello, Kev. How are you? How's your dad? How's your dad doing, mate? I hope you're keeping well, buddy. Alex is 37. Thomas is 36. Body of a 90-year-old. I'm 48. Body of a corpse. Sid Cannon is 54. I didn't know that because Dave told me. Mark 50 and fucked. I'll be that in 2 years' time, mate. I won't be about that. Only £2.5 million a month. You need to up your game, pal. Well, I've halved my content, Luke, haven't I? I've halved the content. So I was on 5 million a month. Oh, don't tell the ex-wife there, because she'll try to take about fucking half of it, wouldn't she? For a son, let's see. People think YouTube makes you rich. It doesn't even pay for the channel. It doesn't even pay for the beer. It's hilarious. It's quite funny when you think about it. Brad says, I'm 30, but I still think I'm 18. I'm 47, almost 48, mate, and I still think I'm fucking 12. It drives Wanda absolutely nuts the way I act sometimes. I am like a teenager. And I know she does sometimes. So can she. She can act like a teenager as well most days. But obviously, being 6 or 7 years her senior, I should be setting the example and don't tend to. I'm going to put this comment up. I do not lie. Do your due diligence. What would I do diligence on a fucking YouTube channel? No way to speak to subscribers, Scott. Swearing is not acceptable. Fuck off then. Some people. No one ever agrees with Brad. I must be pissed. Oh, wait. AJ is the Sam Smith of boxing. What, useless? Absolutely useless. So, I don't know anything about Sam Smith. All I saw was him looking like Zod off of Superman. And it was a bit weird, to be fair. Was he on one of these X Factor or Pop Idol things? Don't watch any of them either. I'm not a reality TV person, really. It's just not that sort of thing I watch. What's anybody watching The Mandalorian? Watched today's, and it was weird. Very, very weird. Love Star Wars. People know that I love Star Wars, but this series, The Mandalorian, has been a bit odd, mate, to be fair. I thought you had to pay extra to get Scott to get. You can pay extra. It's like people come on here and they say rubbish. They speak rubbish. They think they can insult you. They think they can say whatever they like creme de la creme. And I think they can make shit up. And I've got no right to reply. I've got a right to reply. I can say what I want within reason. You know, you have a go at me. It's coming back. So Lee Bartlett, another one. Oh, he doesn't like me saying his name. I've got a thing that I'll show you. It's quite funny. He doesn't like you saying his name. What are you saying that? Don't ever mention my name again, clown. Just done it. No Pepsi Max tonight, Thomas. Full on lemonade. Who got some lemonade? Lemonade. West Coast IPA top. Sounds horrible, doesn't it? Oh, I've missed a comment. Hang on, go back one. Hang on. David Thompson, having said that, Sam Smith is definitely a heavyweight. He has put a bit of weight on. I have seen pictures of him over time. I don't know who he is or what he does. I'm sure he's a singer, isn't he? But then I shouldn't be criticising people's weight because I've put probably a pound on in 4 years. With a 0 on the end, obviously, because that would be probably correct. Sam Smith was supposed to be a metalhead rocker. Was he? What went wrong? How you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Are you drinking a beer? Are you off? Who's off this week? Who's got the whole week off for Easter? The day that our Lord right? I don't understand Easter. Is it like chocolate egg day? What's that got to do with bunny rabbits and stuff? Not a clue. Not being disrespectful, got no idea. I wish boxing was more like UFC, where everyone is under the same umbrella. Oh, that's a wrestling, isn't it? WWE have just been bought out by the UFC. Endeavor Company. That'd be fun. I wish boxing was more like UFC, where everyone is under the same umbrella, so the fights can be made easily. And I like the way there's one belt, one mandatory contender, simple. It's so easy, Brad, isn't it? It's not difficult. That's the trouble. When you've got all these different governing bodies, and you've got interim world champions, and you've got like the ring belt champion, and all this other nonsense that comes along with it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Absolutely mental. But I agree. I haven't got BT. Is it still on BT Sport? UFC. I used to love watching the UFC because it's one of those things that can be over in fucking seconds, and you think that you haven't got your money's worth. You've got your money's worth. Whereas boxing, you feel like a little bit shortchanged. But yeah, I've always liked UFC, and I agree. Boxing should take a little bit back from it, because when you've got 4 or 5 different governing bodies, and then you've got all these different promoters, and it's just mad. I mean, the Amir Khan situation yesterday was mind blowing to me, that they've banned a man that's retired, and then you've got the insane notion that Conor Benn, he's not banned, is he? But he relinquished his British Boxing Board of Control license, and they're going to, him and Chris Eubank Jr. are supposed to be boxing out in, is it Abu Dhabi next in June, or Saudi in June, under their license. It just defies belief to me. One belt each division, just to be clear, it's much better. No, I agree. Mark Jones, Brad, you still look like you're still on your pay. You still look like you're on your paper round, where Scott, we look like we've done too. Mine was windy and uphill. I had a windy uphill paper round. That by the time I'd finished it, I looked like I was 24, and I was only about 12. I don't know. What's your views on Cloudwater? Still making good beers. I'm going to be really Rempster 500. Fantastic name. I can't honestly remember the last time I had a Cloudwater beer. It might well, I'll be proven wrong on this. It might well be when me and Wanda did the Bermondsey beer mile. I'll start that again. Whenever that was last year, because I don't. Obviously, our local bottle shop craft beer emporium off license has now closed down. So the only stuff that I could pick up, apart from local stuff, I'm not into massive beer orders or anything like that, like Trembling Madness. I see a lot of people buying stuff from Trembling Madness. I don't have that sort of money. I used to just pick the stuff up that I wanted. So the only place that I could pick stuff up that's not local really is in the brewer's tap. It's in their fridge. So if I see stuff in the fridge, I'll generally try that in the brewer's tap anyway, without feeling the need to turn the camera on. So I don't really see a great deal of Cloudwater beers around now, if I'm honest. And even in the Beer Musketeer, didn't see a huge amount of them. So I know Benjamin had, I don't know if he's in tonight, he had a can of their Chubbles. I know they've just released a couple of variants of Chubbles. For people that don't subscribe to it, there's a great little newsletter. I keep meaning to do a video on it. I've got his permission. A guy called Rob. This Week in Craft. Fucking hell. I'll start that again. This Week in Craft Beer. If you don't subscribe to This Week in Craft Beer, give it a subscribe. It comes through every Monday morning, and it tells you what beers are coming out. There's some articles in there as well. He's got a podcast where he interviews sort of the breweries. He's done Joe down at Staggeringly Good and Dave from South Sea Brewing, and there's a fair few on there. Really, really interesting little read, and well, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So that's worth looking at. And that sort of gives you an insight into what's come out, or what's coming out, brewery wise. If you're not on Instagram and things like that. Hello, Disco. How are you, mate? Nice to see you, buddy. I think boxing or punchy canvas dancing. I quite like the idea of punchy canvas dancing. If I'm honest, that sounds like an absolute fantastic thing. Would be infinitely more entertaining. Would be made infinitely more if each combatant was issued a big pink fluffy pillow to fight with, laden with bricks. You could put one object in it of your choice, and it can't weigh over a certain amount. I think that's a bloody good idea. I hear Luke John is going to fight Tyson Fury with one hand behind his back, and critically, he will win. Luke John says, yes, Disco, nailed it, spot on. Disco says, evening all, happy damn midweek beer. I don't do a lot of midweek, don't do a lot of lives anyway. I can't be bothered. It's a struggle. How do I put this? Wanda, like, I don't know if you've seen some of Wanda's little cooking videos. That's how she wants to do her videos. That's not my. I've had no say in that. She wants to do the way she does things. I'll do the way I want to do things, and we'll meet in the middle. Live streams of Wanda, I can't guarantee. She doesn't like the shit that comes the way. I'm obviously very outspoken to a fault. Sometimes it gets me into trouble. That's how I am. I'm not as people have deemed me. I'm not going to name names as negative. I just won't be shit on, and some people don't like it. But I'm my own man. I stand up for what I believe in, and I'll keep saying the things I want to say. And if people don't like it, that's their choice. I'm not trying to lose friends or make friends. I'm just going to be me, and I hope the people that watch and understand that I've got the right to be who I am. That's my soapbox done. One headbutt done. Must be Southerner. I'm a Southerner. Born in London. Everyone say hello to Disco. If you don't support Disco, Rasco and Disco's channel, go and give them some love. Another good channel. Don't get enough love. I try and shout out as many people that are worthwhile as I can. I'm one man at the end of the day. I'm 48, body of a corpse. I'll have that. I'm on gravestone, I think. Oh, fucking Jesus. I'll just get the old glasses on because I'm going to need that to read that word. Jesus Christ. Crystallography, Columbus and Strata Edition, West Coast Double IPA. Oh, Jesus Christ, that sounds. Well, you got my mouth watering for a start. I love. People that have been watching this channel for a little while know I absolutely love a West Coast IPA. I've done the Elusive Brewing stuff. I absolutely love Elusive Brewing. I've done their two new beers. I did them both Friday. The double IPA will come out at some point this week. The double West Coast IPA, that's fantastic. I've just got lost in the shuffle of beers. I don't want to get it to be beer every video that comes out on some sort of bits and pieces in there as well. But if you've not had a Rempster 500, if you like a West Coast IPA and you've not had Elusive Brewing's Oregon Trail, phenomenal. The black IPA, the black West Coast IPA version is staggering. I filmed that review, or me, a fat man sitting in his shed telling you what he thinks about it, if you can call that a review. I don't think I went far enough on how good that beer was, because when I finished it, I wouldn't, because obviously it's illegal. I could have quite easily driven from here to Reading, Finch Hampstead, to pick up a whole barrel load of it, because it's incredible. It's a great beer. Disco's older than 36 by quite some while. That's going to blow my mind. I can get a calculator out now. I will get back to some of the supermarket challenges as well. That's in the plan. I do have 128 divided by 12 equals plus. Disco's about 46. You're about a year younger than me then. Kev says Broken Skull Double IPA was probably the worst beer of the series. IPA is still the best. Didn't was it Beer Caddy or something? No, not Beer Caddy. Was it Beer Caddy? Brew Shack? Well, something like that. They got them in the UK, and they were like 35 quid for 4. I was like, I'm not doing it. So I'll try and get hold of it at some point. I respect you live on the west coast of America, Kev. If you say it's crap, I'm not disbelieving you, because you're going to be a mountain more will ever hold, because you live in the area. So if you're saying it's crap, I bow to that. David broke, kick a bag of wind around. Is football on? I don't know. Fury does struggle against the smaller man. I agree with that. Usyk is technically better. I agree with that. But size is massive. I agree with that. But Hey Valuev is a good example. I would say that's a bad example with respect, because Valuev had no talent. He was literally just 7'2", whereas Tyson Fury is 6'9". I don't know how tall Usyk is, 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", something like that. I think a good big man, and Fury's a good big man, beats a good little man every day of the week. So I think the value of Hay just hit and ran for 12 rounds, to be fair to him. And I liked David Hay. I know he's an arrogant arsehole, but I quite liked David Hay. I think he was always entertaining to watch. And even when he got battered by Tony Bellew over a couple of fights, and obviously his Achilles and his knee and fucking just about every part of his body shut down on him, I found him watchable, entertaining. The people I do like watching, and I've watched quite a bit of it over the last couple of days. One of the best feuds in British boxing, and you can see that they've now become friends, is George Groves and Carl Froch. Watching those two interact, there's a great video on Carl Froch's channel, Froch on Fighting. If you haven't subscribed to Carl Froch's channel and you like boxing, go and give it a watch. It's really, really good. Not a massive fan of Carl Froch, but him and George Groves together, bantering backwards and forwards, is really, really entertaining. Another channel that's absolutely brilliant to watch, boxing-wise, is The Gloves Are Off with Curtis Woodhouse, who played football for Birmingham City as well, I think. The most honest man you will see, not just in boxing on YouTube, but I defy any other YouTuber to be as honest as Curtis Woodhouse. He's brilliant. If I've got moderators in, I think if you can find The Gloves Are Off, stick it in there in the chat. It's fantastic. And the other one that I said, Froch on Fighting, just brilliant. Yeah, I haven't got BT Sport. I've had this a couple of times. Someone said to have this Green Path from Burnt Mill. I quite like that. They're all sort of West Coasty, are they? But I'll finish. I'm going to finish on an absolute belter. Basically 4 for 3 at Morrison's. Brad, stop talking sense. Did your finger slip on the on? Is it the same person? Oh, Jesus Christ! Some fucking knobheads in there. Will you, Sam, be doing Spice Chat? Me and Sam. Sam's not longer here. Sam turned into an absolute arsehole. And if he's watching, you're an arsehole for what you did to Chantel. So, no. The only thing I'll be doing is shoving some down his head. Sorry. Bear with. Oh, blimey. So, no. Long answer to a short question. Just ignore them, mate. Do ignore them. They get bored. It's funny. They get all these little accounts, and then I get accused of being. I got accused. This is brilliant. I got accused of trolling a channel with an account when I was out, provably so, which I did prove, and they still didn't believe me. And then I sent back to this channel the fact that this account that he accused me of being on, was commenting on my live stream 3 days earlier while me and Wanda were live. Now, I like to think I've got a bit of talent, but trolling myself from an account that I'd literally set up whilst I'm live, and then this bloke saying it's clearly you, was hilarious. Some people. Rich Brown, you're obviously on the wind-up, mate. It's boring. I agree. But let him crack on. They want to put anything in. So it's not insulting. I don't know if it is insulting. What are they going to say? What are they going to say that's going to hurt my feelings? Are they going to call me fat? Are they going to call me wrinkly? Are they going to call me ugly? Oh, no. Brad looks him wound up like a horny little puppet that sits on his laptop. Yeah, go give Rasco some love. Rasco and Disco some love. Like watching Rasco and Disco. I was going to say, I don't comment a lot these days because if I comment, then you get knobheads commenting behind me. And it's just not worth bringing trouble to other people's channel. I'll do that to myself. It's absolutely fine. I'm big enough and ugly enough to take the abuse. Doesn't bother me. Water off a duck's back. Don't follow us. We're lost. What's this shit? I'm not. Stream keeps jamming. Right, hang on. Let's get to the bottom. Oh, I'm not. Stream keeps jamming. I wondered if your finger slipped before. Who gives a shit? He was a knob anyway. Are you a moderator, Brad? You should be. Bear with me. If you're not, you will be immediately. You are a moderator, Brad, so you should be able to send any link. I think that's how it works. I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to say I do. I can't send a link of someone's channel I used to play for. I'm a Villa fan. I'd be right, you'd be undrawn and quartered. It's not good practice. It's not good practice. I've caught up with comments. Thank you very much for commenting on tonight. Have a lovely weekend and lovely week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Not really. A Magic Rock, Magic Orange is now on the perfect draft. Is it worth a look? Have you tried? I've not bought anything for my perfect draft. The last one I bought was Life and Death from Vocation. I'm going to answer the one easier to answer the one below. Did you ever get involved in the perfect draft hype? I got one. I normally just have a decent lager on it from Easy Access. For Easy Access. Did I ever get involved in the hype? The answer to that is no. I had a couple of conversations. I'm in a position. Why haven't you bought 3? You get all these discounts, bloody, 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 blah. I didn't have the money to buy 3. I still don't have the money to buy 3. I got an ex-wife that takes £308 a month off me for a son I don't see. Where am I going to find three money for 3 kegs? So no, I didn't. I bought the odd keg here and there. Is the answer to that? Have they been good? I've had Jupiler. Was it Jupiler I had? That was very good. I had Spartan Spartan Oktoberfest. That was very good. Punk IPA. I thought that was crap. Certainly wasn't worth £42. Well, you could have bought 3. Didn't have the money for 3, so I bought 1. I didn't think it was very good. I bought the Life and Death from Vocation. I thought that was pretty good. So I've had probably 4 or 5 kegs. Wanda bought me the Perfect Draft in good faith. Cheers, everybody. I apologise. Brad's absolutely correct. I had Stella Unfiltered on the Perfect Draft. I'm going to be completely honest. Dave bought me 1 keg. I can't remember what it was. Unfiltered was very good. Actually, if you go into Morrison's at the moment, they've got a Stella Unfiltered chalice glass for £2.50. I almost picked one up tonight. It's very nice. It's a nice little glass. I don't drink Stella. I don't drink Stella Unfiltered, so it would have been wasted on me, but I would have bought it for my little glass collection. I don't have a massive glass collection. I'm not a glass snob or anything like that. Someone asked me the other day whether I thought glasses made a difference to beer. Not that I can see. I agree with Jupiler. I've had that. Yeah, I liked Jupiler. It was the first one I had. Really, I don't think I ever reviewed it. I think I just drank it. Really, really nice beer. I think with the Perfect Draft, and I know Beer Hawk have just changed their name to Perfect Draft now, haven't they? And I think the other one, the Krupser Sub, which I think the Krupser Sub is a real that suffers a couple of problems for me. The torps aren't big enough. 2.5 litres of beer for the price you pay is expensive. Then if you want to get one, the postage and packaging is horrendous. If you want to get that free, you have to buy 8 torps, and it works out quite expensive, which is a shame because the Punk IPA on the torp was the best version of Punk IPA I've had since the original brew, which this shit isn't now. So the Krupser Sub is a bit sad. The Perfect Draft is always going to be obviously the Krups is Heineken, Krupser Sub is AB InBev. It's always going to be hindered slightly by its tie-in with AB InBev. I know you've had people like Magic Rock on there and Brewdog and other bits and pieces, but you pay for that, and McKellar and other bits and pieces. I just never bought. I was blown away when Wanda bought it for me. I'd probably sell it if I could get a decent price for it. I think that is as honest as I can be. Rich Brown, what was the channel name of the channel that a subscriber said was your channel that was commenting on your streams? That channel was called Get the Beers In. Never heard, apart from when it popped up in live stream chats, never heard of it, and it's certainly one that I would ever create. I've got 3. Scott and Wanda's World. There's one called Brewery Beer that was a rename of a channel that me and Wanda set up because we were doing spicy foods and bits and pieces. That didn't go anywhere, so I just knocked it all on the head and called it Brewery Beer. And there's a channel that me, Dave and Chris set up. Chris the Butcher, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. And a mission mate, a good mate. And that was called Pyramid Shorts. So that was the only ones that we had, that I've got. So the 50, I don't know where that's come from. That's just one man's paranoia. And he is paranoid. Stella unfiltered is always good. The keg was fantastic. I have had it in bottle. I didn't like it in bottle. It's not a beer I would pick. I wouldn't go and think, oh, I just fancy a bottle of Stella unfiltered. That's just my personal taste. I get that. It's light years better than Stella. I understand that. Tommy Young, wasn't he a wrestling referee back in the day? They got 3 Stella glasses and as the free. I think they're the same in. Morrison's. So if you buy whatever you've got to buy, they're free. They are in Morrison's as well, Tommy. So we're worth picking up. The Stella unfiltered. Used to getting into the last beer I have is Franciscana. So yes, I do. Do you know what? I got a bit bored of IPAs. I'm going to be honest. They were starting to give me a little bit of reflux. I wasn't enjoying them. Fancy something different. Hadn't done a lot of Weiss beer, so went for that. Absolutely love Franciscana. I do like the Patronus in Little as well. Schneider Weiss is fantastic. I've still got the what's it fucking called? Weiss Stefana that's out in the shed. I've got so much stuff. I just don't drink enough these days to warrant the bits and pieces. If you have 3 channels, I don't have 3 channels. I've got 1 channel and 3 logins. Let's get it right before we go any further. Who is paranoid? Oh, I can't be asked to say, mate. I'm not interested. I'll get into it. I'm not bothered. Move on. I wasn't interested in the Erdinger. I've had Erdinger. Wasn't my favourite of the one. My favourite I've had so far is probably the Schneider Weiss because it's slightly different. I've had it on tap. I haven't had it in bottle. I want to clarify that, and I'll get to that when I sit in the shed and drink it and show you what I'm drinking. It's not reviewing. I've had it on tap. It's a very, very lovely beer. I don't know how it transfers to bottle. I'm assuming as the oldest brewery in the world, I'm hoping it's still going to stand up quite well. Stalls is a Marmite lager. Stella, I'm assuming that is. I do apologise. Stella is a Marmite beer to me, same as Samuel Smith's up north. Once you've had one, or 2, you're okay. I agree with that, Mark. I wouldn't go out of my way to drink Stella. I'm assuming that's what you meant. But horses are courses. Who am I to say you're wrong? That's why I don't rate beer. I don't rate a beer out of 10, out of 100, out of 1,000,000. I just tell you, if I like it, I'm going to buy it again. I might, nah. So, and I think I'm not an expert. I'm an overweight bloke that sits in a shed that drinks the odd beer here and there. Can pick out a couple of flavours. I don't profess to be someone I'm not. Some of these pompous arseholes that sit here. I'm not like that. And for me to score something out of 10, I just don't think I've got the right. I don't have the prerequisite training for that. If that makes sense. That's what I don't do. I don't do a lot on Untapped. I just can't be bothered. Someone said to me, I think it was Luke Booth, if he's still in the chat. Do you do anything? I don't do a great deal on. I forget. I forget, and if I do, I'll think, I'll see it on Untapped. I don't know how many chickens I've got on Untapped. It's probably about 100. Let me have a look. Don't actually. You know what I mean? Tap goes off. I have chickens, 192 chickens, 186 beers. I don't think I've done that many. All right. You can come and say hello. Come on, up you come. Here you go. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Rich Brown, ever thought of bringing out an audiobook? Smashing. Phil James, how are you? Great. What's this? I've got a comment on one of my videos. Just checking. Make sure it's not some arsehole. It was okay. They can stay. They can stay, those. Don't. You're right. Hugo. Bless him. Hugo's very quiet tonight, mate. Hugo, come here. Come on. He's tired. He's really tired. We've done a lot of training with him the last couple of days with Leah. Obviously, he's being trained to be Leah's helpful hound. So for the people that don't know, Leah's got a heart condition. Hugo's been provided by a charity, Helpful Hounds, and he's going to be. He works with Leah to make sure she's all right, etc., etc., etc. We've done a lot of training with him the last couple of days. He's absolutely knackered, but he's wonderful. He is very gentle. Wanda took him for a walk. Wanda does a lot of the walking with him. Just because she does it before I get home. Yeah, spoke too soon. She does a lot of walking with him. And some woman, he's a dangerous dog. He's a dangerous dog. That ain't a dangerous dog. He'd lick you to death. He jumps up at you. And it's something we are working on. But he's likely just to sort of cover you with licks more than anything else. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely dog. I'm going to be honest, and I mean this in the really nicest way. I didn't want him, but then I didn't want a dog. That's not true. I didn't want a dog. I came home from work, and they had these people, helpful hounds, in the house with Wanda and Leah. This little miniature thing comes over, says hello to me, and then I was like, "Well, how am I going to say hello? How am I going to say no to that then?" And he's been here since August, I think. He's 9 months old, and he is friendly. He's very friendly, and he's a joy. A pain in the ass, quite loud, louder than me. Not more opinionated though. Club fingers. Are you into whiskey? Hang on, let me just get. Not into any spirits, actually, mate. Never been a spirit man. Spirit in the sky, where I'll die. No, that's not true. I didn't mind a Jack Daniels back in the day. I'm probably going to gain a lot of hate, I would have thought, Rebster, because you appear to know what you're talking about. That's like me talking about the moon, to be fair, and flat Earth, and all those sort of things. Not really. I like a beer. Not into wine. Not into cocktails. Anything like that. It's just beer for me, and I know where I stand, and then I don't have to get too pissed up and sort of punchy. What's your favourite style of? This always fascinates me, this question. I don't ask it a lot on a live stream. What's your favourite style of beer? Because everyone's different. When I started this channel, my favourite style was New England IPA. Absolutely loved the New England IPA. Now they piss me off, and I actually prefer that bit of West Coast. So it's where you start. Obviously, we've all been the stage where we've all been the lager drinker in the pub, drinking Foster's, Carlin, any of that shit. And then we all get a bit older, realise it's like piss water, and you do something different. So I've gone from being a New England IPA drinker to a West Coast IPA drinker, and feel all the better for it. So what's your favourite style of beer? Spoke to him, yeah, he's off. He's gone back to sleep now, though. I don't know when they're going to be in. So they're only in Pompey. They've gone out to watch some presentation of Hunchback of Notre Dame or something. Beer conditioned in whiskey casks. I've had some really. Someone sent me some beer, and sadly, he's a lovely, lovely guy. Is Toby, Tyrannosaurus 69. Just a lovely, lovely man. And he used to send me beer that he didn't like, and one of them was a beer aged in whiskey barrels, and it was dreadful. Not just because it was in whiskey barrels. They were all dreadful. There was a pina colada, pale ale or IPA that smelled like sick. It was dreadful. All of them were terrible. Hugo is my favourite member of the channel. No offence, and none taken, Brad. That's my video demonetised. Like, oh, you've lost my 50p. Hugo's a star. He's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And we're very, very lucky to have him. We lost our amazing boy in January. 11. At this stage, thank you for reminding me that. I'd like to send out my respects to Spice and Easy, Alan and Fiona, actually, that lost their dog Zeus over the last couple of days. And I know Alan and Fiona absolutely loved Zeus. So, thinking of you guys. Cheers. It's never easy to lose a pet, which is why I didn't want a dog in the bloody first place, because I give the impression that I'm hard-nosed and nothing gets to me. But with animals and that, I'm as soppy as it comes. And I've got a heart. My dear old mum was described at her funeral as a heart as big as a bucket and a mouth to match. And I'm similar, to be fair. I'll do anything for you. Just don't piss me off because I just don't take it. Remster, so let's get back to your comment, mate, because it's really important. We lost our amazing boy in January, 11-year-old boxer. Cheers to you, mate, as well. Looking at getting another in a few months. House isn't the same without a dog and my right-hand man. I'm gutted to hear that, because although I didn't want Hugo, he's fantastic and I love him to bits. And they're not here, are they? I love playing with him because I'm the only man in the house. I play roughly with him. He loves playing rough, and it's you're absolutely right. That's the reason I didn't want a dog. I didn't want a dog because I knew I'd grow too bloody attached to him. And I say to him, because he causes a lot of arguments between us. Obviously, we don't all agree on how things should be done and things like that. But he is fantastic, and I wouldn't be without him. I love him to bits. You're not listening, are you, little shit? And he's asleep. That's right. Phil and Brad are talking. There's always I love I fucking itch now. It's your fault. What do I use? I use the salt. Oh, that's good. No fucking salt cracker's got to go me back. Hasn't worked. I like seeing people chat to each other. It's nice to see. And again, beer community, there isn't such a thing. It's you guys. There's little pockets and cliques and the little boys club over on one channel. That's their right. I don't give a shit. It's you guys, the guys that comment in. You're the ones that matter. We just facilitate that. Don't want the dog, nasty fucker. Didn't want the dog. Wouldn't be without the dog now, because I know as soon as I saw him, and he came trotting up to me with his little paws. Anybody who hasn't seen Hugo, oh, that bloody itch ain't gone. I'll use that picture. It's right on the bloody shoulder blade. You know when we can't fucking get it. I'll scratch myself now. Do I say it? Use restraint for the first time in my life. Thomas says it has to be a stout. I've not been a huge stout man over the years. I've got into them. It's not, but then over Christmas, I drank more stouts than normal because I was completely off IPAs. So we go into the brewer's tap and I would have a stout rather than an IPA or something like that. I know Wanda's like the stout. She just fucking sniffs them out for miles. Leave me alone. Yeah, so, but I like a nicely made stout, especially in the winter. I like an imperial stout as well. But West Coast IPA every day of the week for me. I haven't got a favourite style because it depends on my mood and weather. And I think that's a very good point. I know Dean champions Pilsners and Lagers through the summer. And if you don't subscribe to Dean's beer reviews, this man on YouTube, beer reviews. Undisputable. Number 2, the best beer reviewer on YouTube. Fact, undisputable. Number 3, one that really upsets me actually, is people don't speak to Dean because of his allegiance with me. And Dean's his own man. Dean's my friend. But it doesn't mean he can't be friends with other people, but he gets ostracised because of my friendship with him. And I think that's wrong. So the people that have done that need to take a look at yourselves, really. My favourite style of beer is free beer. Don't get there very often, though. Yeah, I've never... Disco, how are you, mate, as well? Another one of the nicest men on YouTube beer reviews. I've never set out to court free beer. I like, this is a very personal thing. If I buy a beer, I can be as honest as I want to be. If you're given a beer, there's that little thing in the back of your brain. And anybody that says this is a liar, that you've been sent that and you shouldn't go too hard on it. And that's a fact. So I've never caught. It's always nice to be said. Eddie from the Hop House, thank you ever so much, Eddie. I'm still motor. I might pick one of those out anyway because the fridge Francis going off. But it is difficult. It's difficult to be objective. Some channels do it really well. Some don't do it really well at all. When you're sent beer, being objective when you've been given that beer is very difficult. Stout is my bag. You're with Wanda. You and Wanda on a night out, Sid. A favourite beer style, Weiss beer and quality German Pilsner. Great style. And I think that's the thing is that I'm actually looking forward to going to Belgium. We're going to Belgium in July at some point. I'm not telling you when because you fucking follow me and try and kill me. I've never been to Belgium. I'm looking forward. I'm not, obviously, after drinking 10 Devels, opened them all on camera, and being absolutely wasted the next day, my love of Belgian beer has disappeared over the horizon of far away. But I am looking forward to going to Belgium and maybe getting back into a little bit of Belgium. I think the last time I drank any amount of Belgian beer was on the live stream, actually, when Lidl they do that box of 6 beers. Of 6 Belgian beers. It's about £9. It's about 10, sort of 9 quid, 10 quid, something like that. And I did them with someone that, well, he thought I was the one that was trolling him, Paul's Beer Reviews, a couple of years back. And I like the beers, but it's not something I would actually go for, in all honesty. And I get they're really nicely made beers. But since the Deville night, and obviously the horrific day I had the next day where I was still hammered, and the day after where I had the hangover from hell, they're just beers. They're just a beer style that I've never actually got back in love with. So maybe it's something I would have to do when I go to Belgium, because otherwise we're all in trouble. Yeah, I've just lost my. I'm sorry to hear that. Anybody that loses any sort of pet. I've lost pets over the years. It's devastating. So I do feel for you, mate. Got our dog's ashes in a lovely casket next to my whiskey collection. Hope I don't get too pissed one night. Fucking, can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? There's the dog's ashes. What? Where are they? Well, you sat downstairs last night having a drink. Do what? Or you put them on your... Or, even well, obviously, you brought this out, so I'm gonna run with it. Or you sat thinking, oh, just fancy a nice fish and chips, and you get there and thinking it's fucking pepper. Oh, mate, I am sorry, because that's fucking it is gutting. I mean, he's 9 months old. And I'm hoping I outlive him, if I'm honest. Because he ain't going to shed a fucking tear, is he? I'll go for a wee. Dog's fast asleep over there. Absolutely knackered he is, mate. Where are we? Hawkwind77, how are you? Hope you're keeping well, mate. Itchy head, probably nits. Yeah, look, Rich Brown. Oh, good. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. My sister has 2 Jack Russells. One started with a lump just below his eye. Told only 2 weeks left. 2 months ago, still going, but sadly, looks like we'll have to. Oh, don't, mate, because it'll fucking make me sad. A sad Scott's not a good Scott, to be fair. Not like what's the old Michael Barrymore program, Hot Spot, not a good spot. A sad Scott's not a good Scot, and a massive animal lover. And anything like that just brings bloody tears to my eyes. I genuinely hope I outlive him, so I haven't got to fucking deal with his death. Because, to be fair, they'll probably deal with my death better than they'll deal with his. Dean's a brilliant reviewer. He doesn't piss around. They're 3 about 4. I fucking love Dean to bits. I've said genuinely. Nice man. I've never forgotten. I bring this up quite a lot, and I'm not ashamed to say this. I've never forgotten the fact that I started this channel. Wanda came along reluctantly, dips in and out when she wants to, but Dean was the first person on YouTube to reach out to me and Wanda. Got us on his live stream. I think we had 41 subscribers. I don't know what we've got now, 3,300, something like that. And I was always blown away. And we've been firm friends ever since. And a man that can say more in 3 to 4 minutes than I'll be able to say in 12. He's concise, he's to the point, and he can make you think, I want to try that beer, or I don't know about that one. And there are a few reviewers that you sit and watch. Some very good reviewers. This isn't me lambasting anybody. It's just my honest opinion. And I can honestly say I've never thought I need to go and try that beer. And I'm probably one of them, being completely honest. But Dean is just a genuine human being, and very good at what he does. And criminally, he should have about 3,000 or 4,000 more subscribers than he's actually got, for the way he does things. And that's not me being biased. It's genuinely how I feel. Jim Bob, how are you, mate? It's been a while. I'm now driving again, which is amazing. Have you lost your license for medical reasons? I seem to remember something along these lines, Jim Bob. I hope. Thank you, another one that supports our channel. Thank you ever so much, you, Brad, everyone that supports our channel. We are really thankful. So I'm just going to let the dog out. 2 seconds. Need a wee. Come on. No? Yes, no? Well, you go back up here. No? Don't we go babies? Up here, then. Come on. How do you get there? Well, come over here. You can talk to the people. Come here. Come on. Are you looking for Leah? Are you tired? Bless him. He looks absolutely knackered. I also just discovered Patronus. Patronus in Lidl, Jim Bob. For the price is really good. Can you go upstairs? Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to sort Hugo out. I'll be back. Can you go upstairs? Come on. Come on. Come on in. Yeah, there. Come on in. No. Come on. Here. Here, come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. What are we doing? She coming in here? We're in the bed. Go on in. He's been a pain. But yeah, Patronus is a great beer. My first pet was a Jack Russell. Got a soft spot for them, even though they can be a little snappy little shits. Yeah, I don't know. Some beer, some dogs you. I always wanted a King Charles Spaniel, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. I got a Vizsla. Here he comes. Come on, up here. This is him. Who's this? Hello. You all right? Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, you're a good boy. You all right? Yeah, you sit comfy on the sofa. They'll be home soon. You all right? Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, I love you too. Go on. On the sofa. Come on. Let me just sort him out. 2 seconds. Come on, over here. Up here. Can you get in the bed or not? Can you go in there? Go on then, up you go. Up you go. Go on. Oh, I'm not playing around here. Back again. Oh, we've got a picture of him. Oh, what's happening? What the fudge? Dave sent me a load of pictures. I don't know what they are. Brad, my gran, had one. I put it in the bedroom when I went. Mark Jones, yappy bastards. Mark. Hey Scott, I can't laugh. My dad's ashes, best mate, is at the top of our cellar. Honest. I didn't get my mum's ashes, but fuck's sake. Hang on, where was it? I got the plaque off of where she was buried because they wanted another £15 a month or something else while I was paying that. So where she was buried, she'd been there she'd been dead 16 years this year. And I thought, I'm not it doesn't mean anything to me where she's buried. She's buried down in Poole. Don't have any affinity with Paul, not Paul in Dorset. So I thought I'm just going to drive down and, excuse me, just going to clear my nose. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I did mute my camera, my thing, so hopefully it didn't come across. So we went down and took the little plaque off of her headstone thing, the little wooden thing, and that sits in my shed. My dad, not bothering at him. Sorry, what did I miss? Let's get back to beer. Too many old sad dog stories. Yeah, I know. It's like old Shep here, isn't it? There's something in my eye. Right, what are we all drinking? So I've now opened my Franziskaner Weiss beer. Absolute belter. I've been stared out by a dog now. He's looking at me as if he's going to kill me at any minute. Oh no, he's yawning. He's a bit tired at the minute. Maybe tomorrow. You're a good boy. Yeah, I'm on the Franziskaner. That's 4 beers. 2 right. I've got a 7:30 meeting, so being a good boy, just to Camden Hills. Do you know what? Camden Hills. Nothing wrong with Camden Hills. Even AB and Bev haven't ruined that. Nice beer. And we've been to Camden's Brewery, actually. Very nice place. 1 brewdog for Mark. Lightweight. The way you're talking about Dean is the way I talk about you, Scott. I know you're being serious. You're the reason I know about craft beer. Without you, I'd still be drinking Budweiser. I appreciate. Do you know what, mate? I get a bad rap. I'd probably create my own bad rap if I'm honest. But I'm not negative. People call me negative. They can call me negative all they like. I don't give a shit. Negative. I'm honest. And certain channels don't like my honesty, which is why they block me. I've got a very direct nature. I've got a twisted sense of humour. I just don't play into little boys' clubs. And I'm glad. Do you know what? If I've helped one person enjoy different beer with, as Lee Bartley calls it, my 200 viewers, I'm happy. It's not my job. I've got a proper job. I've got a life away from YouTube, which pays the bills. It causes the stress, etc., etc. This doesn't. It doesn't cause any stress. It's just my hobby, and it'll always be my hobby. Don't take it seriously. But Brad, do you know what, mate? I appreciate you just as much as you appear to appreciate me, and I thank you for that. I raise a glass to you as well, my friend. I'm just about to crack my second Camden Hells. Can't go wrong. Does the job on a Wednesday night. Wednesday drinking. Who knew? Who knew Wednesday drinking could be so much fun? I've probably caused all sorts of drama tonight. They have the tom-toms out. See what Scott said. I don't fucking care. Brad, don't tell everyone. I didn't want to put that in the chat, Jim Bob. That's not my place to, mate. I do remember you saying something. It was around Christmas time, I think you told us. It was epilepsy, which is since been diagnosed and controlled by meds. Now I'm training to be a driving instructor. Do you know what? I'm going to raise a fucking beer to you as well. Jim Bob, thank you for the support you give our channel, mate. It is appreciated. Everything that you guys do, I appreciate, and I know Wanda appreciates as well. So the fact that you are turning your life around, mate, means a lot to me, because I have a heart, as my mum, heart as big as a bucket and a mouth to match. Who's sorting who out upstairs? Do you know what, mate? He sleeps in Leah's bed with Leah, or he sleeps in Leah's room. When she's not here, obviously he gets a bit fucking confused by what's going on. So I'm here on my own. I'm in charge. Don't get to say that very often, do I? I'm in charge, and obviously he's over there. He just wants to go to bed. I've tried to take him upstairs. He's not interested. I'll get the ump. We'll have a bit of a wrestle on the ground. He'll bite me. I'll punch him, and then it all just goes to shit. But he's over there. He's asleep on the sofa again now. We've had this, Jim. We've had a bit of a. I just want to get to a comment. I hope I've not missed them by too much. About 4 minutes. Spice and Easy, Alan Fiona. I'm going to raise a glass to you guys as well. Sorry to hear about Zeus. Cheers. Hugo's a bastard. Hugo, go. Name the cartoon. Oh, I don't know. Hugo, a go. I'm sure someone's going to advance that. Patronus is very similar. Franciscana is more full-bodied for me. So more full body. The banana comes through a little bit more. Dean's got. I'm going to keep teasing him this, because me and Dean did a review of Franciscana, a joint review, and he's never released it. I think he's embarrassed by it. Maybe he's embarrassed by being my friend. I'm guessing. Don't know. But yeah, we did a joint review. The same day we did Patronus. We did the Patronus as well, yeah. And we need to get back to doing the joint reviews. I love doing the reviews of Dean because it's always nice to get someone else's opinion, which is why I miss Wanda doing the beer reviews. Having two people review a beer is always better than one person because you get someone else's point of view. I think it's fantastic. Blunt is good. Twisted sense of humour is amazing. I'd have a beer review any day. Thank you. Some people don't get it. Some people don't like it. Some people chose the wrong road. That's their choice. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I know who I am. They can dismiss me, ignore me, block me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. The Lord, fucking bad rap or crap. I'll take rap. Fucking okay. What am I going to care about? It's words. It's all words. Words don't hurt. Bricks hurt. Words don't. Some people don't like words. Some people don't like words being spoke to them. Some don't like hurt words being spoke back to them. It is what it is. Yeah. I know you've had some history with that joke. I appreciate your comment, Brad. Good man. I have an appreciation for ladders. Okay. Amazing. You're welcome, mate. Thank you. Vault City mango, banana, and coconut. Mango, banana, and coconut. Mango, banana. So 2, 3 sweet. Oh, quite a lot. I think is the answer to that. But if anybody's going to pull that off, it's Vault City. A very, very solid brewery. Michael, what's it like, mate? Just getting into them. Vault City. If you want a sour beer, then they are the pioneers, really, and I think that's where the real innovation is in brewing at the moment. IPAs, I think we've gone as far as we are going to go with IPA, double IPA, triple IPA, fucking West Coast IPA. You got this new cold IPA, which is just a mess. You got mountain IPAs. They are what they are. But I think the innovation in sour brewing is not personally my taste, but it's there. And I think certainly in the summer, it's a sour beer in the summer. And what Staggeringly Good do is they make them into slushies. So you've got an 8% Wrecker beer as a slushy form. After 2, you don't realise you're absolutely hammered on your back. I'll tell you this much. So, Scott, my friend, I am enjoying my walk. Before a beautiful day today, I said I was going for a walk. You did? I don't know where you are, Alex. Whereabouts are you in America? You have told me this. I'm 48, mate. I've basically got dementia. That's not diminishing dementia because that is a fucking horrendous disease. There's I've said this before. I don't know if it's on YouTube. There's a video called Who's Bob or Where's Bob? Where's Bob? It was something to do with either Red Nose Day or something like that. And there was an old guy and he's talking about his wife and he's talking about, and he's got the old Up tune from Disney, which is a huge part of mine and Wanda's life. And playing in the back. I've murdered that. And he's playing it, and then also he sat talking to his wife one day. His name's Bob, and she turns around to him and says, "Where's Bob?" And he's like, "I'm Bob." and it's all about her descending dementia. It brings me to dementia is a horrendous disease. If you can spare any money and you know any charities that raise money for dementia, please do, because it's sickening for the families and for the people that go through it. Nobody guessed the cartoon. Hugo Go-Go was a villain. Batfink. I fucking love Batfink as well. My shields were made of what? My shields are made of something steel. I've ruined it now. My wings are made of steel. I think a lot of hot summer's day it would be fantastic, but at 6.5% after a few, you might be talking about moving soil in a Welsh accent. I got the blame for that. I got the blame for being bloody fly tipping. How am I going to know he's bloody fly tipping over his wall? The madness of YouTube. Why did the cow jump over the moon? The farmer had cold hands. Oh, I keep reading Jeremy Clarkson's. He's got 2 books. Dave loves Jeremy Clarkson. I like Jeremy Clarkson. Went to Diddley Scott Farm. I've actually got. Then I'm going to put it out. We shall put it out tomorrow. Would you like to see it tomorrow? I've reviewed Jeremy Clarkson's Carolina Reaper sausages that we picked up from Clarkson's farm while we were there. I swore I wasn't doing any more spicy challenges. Saw these hot sausages, Carolina Reaper sausages with honey. I've reviewed them. It's done. I'm not saying any more, but I can better enjoy it. Oh, you're near Dave. As a local Leicester lad, I've sampled some of Great Spice and Easy Curries. Excellent. I've had a few. They got a new one. Coronation. Is it Coronation Chicken? Looks really nice. The only thing I'll say is even their least spicy curries are too much for Wanda. Too much for Wanda. But I did one of their Reaper curries. I think Alan said he knocked some of the heat out for me. It was horrendous. I got it in my eyes. I genuinely thought I was going to die. Got the curry powder in my eyes and panicked. Didn't know where I was. Was scared and actually put yogurt in my eyes trying to get it out because I was terrified of what the bloody hell was going on. Just see your comment, Mark. So they do some nice stuff actually. And I've actually had a plan for tonight. I was trying to get 2 people on. I haven't spoke to in a while. One I've not spoke to at all, and the other, obviously, I was trying to get Alan on, Alan and Fiona, or just Alan. And then I got a message saying that obviously Zeus had sadly passed away, and the other guy I was trying to get on was Simo. I'm not Josh Simo Sups. Is a lovely guy and been a friend of our channel for a good few years now. Sorry, but you got that curry in your eyes. I was in bits. Wanda, get me the fucking yogurt out of the fridge. So I was trying to get Simo on. So Simo was out tonight, so the plans fell through because I've not spoke to Simo properly, and I thought it would be nice. So we will arrange that. I think that's something that's going to come hopefully in the not too distant future. I haven't done a lot with Alan for a couple of years. No other reason. It's just channels went in different directions. Always been very, very welcoming to us. And yeah, decent people. Yeah, it was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. One of the hottest things I've ever eaten, and to have it in my eyes was we've got a downstairs shower room, and it's right next to the kitchen, and I was in there, had it in my eyes. I don't scare very easy at all. I was absolutely terrified. I was absolutely terrified because it was making me feel really unwell, and I didn't like it. I remember the first time I realised how bad dementia was. I was in hospital, and I remember an old guy sobbing because he thought his family had forgotten him, that they had only just left. Dementia is one of the. I lost. I don't know if you guys have seen the 2 videos that we did the weekend. So the Ghostbusters. I didn't monetize any of them, so I've not made anything. I would have made about fucking 10p anyway. But I put we went live from the Ghostbusters thing, and I did another Ghostbusters thing because they were raising money for cancer awareness. And I lost both my parents to cancer awareness. Not to cancer awareness, that'd be fucking awful. Lost into a charity. What are you going on about? I lost both my parents to cancer. It's a charity, a thing that's very close to my heart, as is Great Ormond Street. But dementia is one that I think always hits home because it can. It's the rawness of it. It's the rawness, and it's not necessarily just the person that's suffering with dementia. It's the whole family aspect of them coming in, him or her possibly remembering them, and then going away, and they're in bits, and then the person doesn't even remember them. And I think it's awful. I think it's horrible. I really do. And I've raised money for many charities over the years. It's not one I've ever. Hello, Billy. How are you, buddy? One of the greatest commenters on our channel. But yeah, dementia is horrendous, and I urge anybody if you see anything you can give a couple of quid to, then please do, because it's fantastic. Those charities are fantastic. It's a horrible, horrible disease. Michael Hall. Al and Josh are great. I've interacted with Josh away, Simo, away from YouTube for a couple of years, well, for a few years actually, and I've never got around to actually speaking to him. I would love to do that. So hopefully we can get that done in the not too distant future. And Al, thinking about it, you've had a few injuries due to the channel. When you hit your head on the floor, mate, I almost knocked myself out. How I didn't knock myself clean out on that video, I've no idea. Wanda was in tears, pretended to be concerned about me. Put in, if you've not seen it, just put in Scott and Wanda. I think it's Centre of Gravity Challenge. Genuinely almost died. Billy Wilson. Even though I had to go to the doctor today, he told me I had to stop. Quite a shock. Well, he said, I'm trying to examine your swollen knee. Billy Wilson, thank you for your comments, mate. I really, really enjoy your comments. A very knowledgeable, interesting man who's actually been, again, he's been accused of being me. I don't know how that's happened. Genuinely not me, because I've been talking to you guys all the time, unless that's happening. Thoughtful, interesting, long comments, and sadly blocked by people that fucking should know better. Right, we've got a decision to make. I have about a mouthful of beer. I've been going for 2.5 hours. Do I close it down? We've got 21 people watching. Thank you very much. Or do I have one more beer? Your choice. That video could have got you £250 on you being framed. Do you want me to tell you how much that video made me? See if I can find it. Analytics. I don't know if I can search per video. Let me have a look. Center of gravity. Of gravity. Right. If anybody can guess how much that video made me. So Jim Bob says I could have made £250 on that video. Thomas, thank you for putting those channels in. Put your own in, mate, because go and give Thomas the support. A lovely, lovely guy. So, let's have a guess. I'm going to go get another beer because people are asking for another beer. On how much the Centre of Gravity almost dying video has made this channel. £99p. 99p. Let's have a look. Let's go for the one more. Yeah, I've got one more. Oh fucking! I'll push the wrong button. Bear with. Oh, I've done it again. One more. Yeah, I'm gonna have one more. Well, I've got 2/3 of a point left. So be rude not to grab one more. I've got one more. I hope Eddie from the Hop House. There's anything I got in. There's a beer review. Don't have a lot of beer in. I'm going to go for the Slopian Oracle. So the beers that Eddie sent me very kindly. So you get a live review if you like that sort of thing. So yeah, the Jim Theo. Yeah, one more, mate. We'll have one more. All good. So that video that almost cost me my life. Had 800 and hang on, bear with. 811 views. So I'm going to be I'll be as completely transparent as people want me to be. 811 views. Let's see if I can get that to focus. So which made me, for a near-death experience, a grand total. Thomas wasn't far off. Is he going to focus? Here, come on, you fucker. I thought I was going to say it. £1.04p. Ooh. YouTube millionaires, mate. Here we come. 15 quid. £1. Pound, mate. £1, 4p. There's nothing to hide. Open as a book. Buddy. I was accused of being you by a foot soldier with a history of, shall we say, offering an honest critique of bit. That could be anybody. A foot soldier. He's got plenty of them. Some are channels as well. Sad. Pathetic people. I need another one. These sours are like the. I've gone for the Oracle fresh sparkling vibrant sunflower gold citrusy ale from Salopian. Eddie from the Hop House. I do hope you don't mind me opening this live, as that's the only thing I'll just dip my hand into the box and pick out. That's a beer in the glass. Clear is like slow moving Coke, whatever it's called. What's the fucking bubbles? Bubbles rising, bubbles going upwards. There's a nice citrusy smell to it. Very light. It's not. It's golden ale. It's not going to be fucking jumping out. It smells light. It smells refreshing. It smells nice. Cheers. That's lovely. Again, very light, but really flavoursome. Those grapefruit and lemon, some lime in there, some orange. That's lovely. Really, really refreshing. Glad I picked that one out. Has anybody had anything for Salopian? Salopian, the beers I've had, without giving too much away, I think I've got 4 backed up. This one, I've had a couple without turning the camera on. Hope Eddie's all right with that. They've all been absolutely spot on. I'm on the Tiny Rebel Club Tropicana, isn't it? What are your thoughts on it? I didn't mind that. I've not had it for a while. I don't know if they've changed it, Jim, but I've never had a problem with it. I always thought it was pretty decent, to be fair. I've not had it on. It's on Perfect Draft, isn't it? I've not had it on the Perfect Draft. I don't think I would want 10 points of it, but again, probably hit with a fucking lawsuit from Wham! I am a them. I fucking know. I'll go for £5.75. You're not even close, mate. £1, 4p. Is it £1, 4p? Yeah, £1, 4p. I'm hoping this is going to focus, so I'm not lying. Nothing to lie about. Don't care. There you go. £1, 4p. Fucking millionaire. Well, a little fuzzy. Was that my eyes? Hang on, bear with. No, I am. Oh, fucking broken. It cost me £1 as well. Serious guess, £5.87. I'm now on the H2O. Boom. Might stick her umbrella in it, make it interesting. Put a big umbrella, like a fucking full size one in it. Chuck that in there, see how that happens. You're still here. Thank you. I am still here. Am I? Am I still here? Have I gone? Who knows? Have I caused any controversy tonight? Have I said anything that can get me into trouble? Oh, I haven't. Give it 10 minutes. I'll have a go. £1, 4p. Do you know what? Living the life as a YouTube superstar with my £1, 4p. When was that released? Hang on a minute. How long is that over? When was it released? Oh, it doesn't say. That's got to be 2 years, isn't it? What's £1, 4p divided over 2 years? Hang on, bear with. Scott and Wanda. What's it called? Central Gravity Challenge. There we go. So that's the thumbnail. Anybody ain't seen it? Yeah, right. So that 2 years. So £1.04p. That was released on the 21st of February 2021. So 2 years, 3 months. Pound, mate. Get in. I might give my work up tomorrow. Phone it in. I ain't coming in Tuesday. Made £1 on that video. Not coming in Tuesday. I've made £1, 4p over 2 years. You can fuck off. Have you tried Tint Meadow? Someone said this. I can't remember who it was. Have you tried Tint Meadow Trappist Ale? No, I haven't. It was Dave. It was the Blue Van Man. I don't because he mentioned it to me. No, I haven't. It's supposed to be very good. So no, I haven't. I did that again. There's probably thousands of beers I've not tried. Because I'm not alcoholic. Remster says, I'm reporting you, Scott, for being a normal. I'm not. Don't you call me normal. I'm offended. Offended that you've called me normal. How dare you? Thank you. No, you know what? I'm me. We can all, everyone puts on this little fucking act, and I don't get it. Not a character. I'm me. If you don't like me, that's fine. I'm not begging for likes. I'm not begging for subscribers. I'm not begging you to watch. You watch who you want to watch. If you like the videos, thumb them up. If you don't, thumb them down. It's all the same. YouTube doesn't give a shit, nor do I. I've got a life, got a proper job. This isn't my be-all and all. I like speaking to you guys. Remster 500. I think it's the longest you've been in the chat tonight, and I thank you for that. That's really, really nice. A normal man with normal problems, speaking normal shit about people that are complete fucking idiots. And I could go off on one, but I'm not going to. I know better. It's not the witching hour. Dean reviewed a cherry beer recently. Bacchus. Is it Bacchus? I don't know the. It came out. Was it yesterday or today? I'm sure me and Wanda did that. It's readily available. Really nice beer. I didn't even think that Dean hadn't reviewed it, because it's the sort of thing that he would review. And again, I'm going to blow as much smoke up Dean's butt as I can physically do. The man is an absolute legend. Lovely, lovely man. None of this little boys club bullshit. Doesn't get involved in it. Doesn't need to. And he's just a decent guy. Lovely guy. And sadly ostracized because of his association with me. Who'd have thought it? Talking about gravity, I wonder if your bottle top. Me and Wanda were discussing this today, actually, because I'm thinking of doing some more. Fast asleep over there. I'm thinking of doing some more of my own brewing. So if people don't ever see me brew my own beer, I did a box of the Brooklyn Brew Shop Punk IPA. Went a bit wrong. The brewing was all right. I think I might have overcarbonated it, because as Bradley thankfully says, fucking hurtful bastard. I did it live on a live stream, and I think if I'm lucky, the bottle top might still be coming down now. A bit like Chris Waddle's penalty in the World Cup in 1990. But yeah, I am looking at. We wanted to discuss that today. I think I sat and watched a little bit of the bottling because I wanted to go back and refresh my memory of the bottling of these beers. Rob Bramwell's Backroom Brewing, tremendous help to me. I know he's in with the other lot, but that don't like me. Ooh, don't talk about them. But very, very helpful to me. So I might reach out to him. Whether he'll respond, I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed the brewing. The brewing was good. I might do some more. I won't overcarbonate it this time though. Jim, thank you. I describe myself as Marmite, and I understand it. How do I put this? Wonder will watch this back tomorrow. She'd be like, "Gone fucking mental." I'm not for everybody. I don't profess to be for everybody. I don't profess to be somebody I'm not. I'm not going to sit and be in a little boys' club and invite people in and then shove them out like they did with me because they didn't like what I said. They didn't like that I stood up for myself. They didn't like that I spoke the truth because they're all interested in building their channels and all the other bollocks, and I don't care about that. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate anybody that watches. I appreciate anybody that leaves a comment. And I thank you. I thank everybody that watches this because I could just sit over there with Hugo and watch fucking rubbish on YouTube like you guys have done tonight. And I appreciate you coming on, leaving a comment, and my ability to respond to that. Jim Theo, have a great week, mate. Mark, if I've missed you going, buddy, normal. Two words that don't go in the same sentence. They don't, mate. I'm just me. I don't profess to be anything else. I stand up for myself. Mark, thank you for the messages, mate. You didn't look nice, and you had a punk IPA. Absolutely magic. Thank you for thank you for sorting out the people out earlier. You're a good man. Keep doing you, pal. Good fun. People don't like it. People don't like me. I don't care. My fucking wife don't like me half the time. I don't like me. I could have a fight with myself in a phone box. I had a row with me 3 weeks ago. I didn't speak to me for 4 days. That's right. Don't worry about it. It's words. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be false. I'm not going to sit and there are channels that won't say my name. Not just the big one, the other ones, some of the other ones as well. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Do what I want. I had a few cans from Full Circle Brewing. I've got a confession. I've got a confession to make. Dave sent me Blue Van Man. He sent me 2 beers from Full Circle Brewing. Or was it Round Corner Brewing? It was one of them. Fuck this up. Oh, it wasn't then. It was Round Corner. I deleted it. He sent me some beers, and the sound didn't record, so I've had to bin them. I thought they were really good until I read the back and realised they were from Newcastle. Instantly went off them, being a Sunderland. It wasn't for them. Full Circle. Did they have one in Asda? Was it a stout? I have had. I'm sure I've had something from Full Circle, but doesn't ring a bell with me, Michael. Like Quasimodo. Bashers, yeah, Bashers, crikey. So they got a raspberry one and a cherry one. I'm sure we've done the cherry one. It was many moons ago. Our channel is 4 year old, 4 year. Fuck off. 4 years old in May. I was going to do I'm off. Right, I'm going to change the subject completely. This weekend, she's going to hate me for saying this because she doesn't like me telling you people where I am. I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe without being stabbed to death. We're going to Star Wars Celebration in London. So every year you got Star Wars Celebration out in America. It's the big Star Wars Comic Con celebration thing out in America. This year it's in London. It's this Saturday, and we're going. She got me tickets for, was it for Christmas? It was for a birthday. I'm not sure they're for my birthday. And I can't wait. What's really, really offended me is the rinsing of people for photo opportunities. So they got people like Ewan McGregor. So if I want a picture, or Aiden Christensen. So if I want a picture with Aiden Christensen, who played Darth Vader in the prequels, £210 for a picture. And then if I want a picture with him and Ian McDermott, so you've got Darth Vader and Palpatine, £350. And I just think it's really taking the piss. So when you come up and see me, if you see me at a beer festival, I'll be charging 10p for a photo. I hope that's acceptable on a commensurate rate. Just saying, I've got to make my money back somehow. Did you aim that bottle top at Wales? I'm in Wales. I'm in Wales sometime in June. So I'm not saying when I'm going, but I'm doing the world's quickest zip line. I'm doing that. I'm doing it sometime in June. It'll be recorded. I'm not missing out a fucking opportunity to make my pound back, am I? So what I'm looking for is a little mini sniper sat in the bushes trying to shoot me down. Comment of the evening. Look, I have no disdain for. He won't mention my name. I'll mention his. I don't give a shit. Do you know what? Simon and me and Fred, we were friends. I don't know what I did wrong. He's never had the balls to tell me. He says he stands up to this stuff. He doesn't. He hides behind his little friends and all the other bollocks. Maybe one day we'll bump into each other and have it out. Because that's me. I'd do things face to face. He ran at Brewery London, and is what it is. I'm not bothered. But he'll be sniping me off that fucking zip line. Cheers, Mark. Hey, Scott. I will tell you for sure. Just tell me how it is, and if people don't like it, it's just like I don't care. I'll say how it is. You know, all these people that skirt around stuff. I've lost friends, gained friends, lost friends on YouTube. I know the people I can rely on, channel-wise. I know people that I can rely on. Brad, Mark, Jones, Josh Edwards, Pebsy, the guy that does some of the music for our channel, a lovely guy. Very lucky. Remster, cheers to you and all the others. Cheers, mate. Have a great week. Don't know when we'll be back for another live stream. But thank you so much for staying for so long. Really appreciate it. Have a great Easter. Hope you get some chocolate eggs. Well, that means Easter, but it seems to me so low. Have a good week. Cheers, Thomas. Thank you so much. Can someone put Thomas's fucking channel in the chat, mate? Because the guy is an absolute legend. He supports so many people, and is criminally undersubscribed. So if we can put Thomas's chat channel in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. I would do it, but that would confuse the fuck out of me. Scott, that would be incredible. Sophie's best friend is going to do it. I would have loved to have. It's 5.5 hours. I didn't fucking realise it was that far. Leah and Chantel bought it for me for fucking Christmas, so we booked it this week. It's not this week. It's in June sometime. But yeah, I'm all. I love fast rides. I love anything like that. So Wanda's been watching it on YouTube. Oh, you're gonna focus? Oh no, I'm all up for it. I love stuff. I just hope we can beefy man might snap. That'd be more like I'd be fucking ending up in the river. Yeah, 1-year-old and all that. Love to Mia as well, mate. And Brad Dad, absolutely splendid. I can Photoshop you into a picture of Darth Vader for £1.4. Lucky I've got £1.4p. Thanks, mate. 2 years' work. It's a struggle. What's 2 years' work at £1.4? What's that a week? People think we're millionaires. It's a fucking joke. Like, what's his name? Creme de la creme, absolute bellend. Pondering Mark Curtin Twitcher, bellend. The biggest bellend of the lot. Lee Bartlett. Doing the zip wire, drinking a beer at the same time. Imagine that spraying in my face, trying. Excuse me, yeah, just stick me up in this fucking sausage thing. Can I take a beer with me? Yeah, all right. As I'm going along, fucking amazing. What I haven't worked out, because I think it's a fucking kilometre away. Now, Wanda doesn't drive, so I don't. Where does she stand? Because I'm a bit confused by all this, if I'm honest. Where's she going to stand when I'm fucking zipping to my doom? That's it blind last year, Scott. Great fun. We're going in June for a week in North Wales. You're going to miss me. I'm just going to reply to that personally. I'll just reply to that personally. Yeah, you're just going to miss me, mate. Hey, Alex. Brad, thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much, buddy. I'm about to go. 3 hours is about my limit. About 4 minutes, then we're going to be off. You need to do the speedboat ride under the Menai Bridge, just as good as it. That sounds good to me as well. Sid Cannon, thank you, mate. Absolute pleasure. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for I don't know if you stayed the distance or not, buddy. But hope you have a good week, mate. I've got about 4 minutes. I'll go to 10 o'clock. And then I've had a gutful. Talking to a screen for 3 hours is hard work. Not like fucking, I don't know, like a NHS worker or anything like that, or like a proper job. But 3 hours is long enough for me. Few beers. Hope you've had a good night. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Really appreciate you stopping along. Always enjoy stopping by and chatting with you guys. We had pretty good interaction tonight. I've made 37p out of it. So thank you ever so much to everybody's contributed. Another 3 years, I might buy a shoelace for my fucking shoe. Might not. I wasn't going to address this, but I am going to address it. It's my son's birthday today. I haven't seen my son for 3 years. Not through any fault of my own. unlike some people, like to stir the shit. I'd like to wish Archie a very happy 16th birthday, and I hope one day we can see each other and put right some of the stuff that your mum has told you that is incorrect and just lies. So Archie, I don't know if you'll watch this, mate, but yeah. On that note, I'm going to leave you because I'll get very upset. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this evening. Off the cuff, raw, as I tend to be, and very thankful for the people that watch. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Thank you guys that watch. I think you guys that comment, to subscribers, to people that dislike, and me and Wanda, we'll see you very soon. Have a good evening, have a good week, and in the words of my friend, sadly, that I've lost through no fault of my own, I fucking love you.